Ladies and gentlemen, today, I want to speak to someone very special, someone who might be struggling with doubt, confusion, or fear in matters of the heart. I want you to pay close attention because what I am about to say may change your life. Beloved, I want you to open your heart today because God has a message for you, a message that is personal, powerful, and life-changing. There is someone in your life, a person who has fallen in love with you. Yes, they have seen your heart, your soul, your true essence, and they are drawn to you. And yes, there is an age difference. Maybe you have thought, this could never work, or this is too complicated. But let me tell you something. What God ordains, the world cannot question. Love is not bound by age. Love is not bound by societal rules or by the opinions of people who do not understand your journey. God looks at the heart. And He sees sincerity, He sees intention, He sees a love that is real, a love that is genuine, and a love that is meant to elevate your life. Pause for a moment and think about that. Someone loves you, not for what you have, not for what you do, not for the way the world perceives you, but for who you are. They see your spirit, and they are willing to love you despite the differences, despite the challenges, despite what society might say. And here is the most important truth. God wants you to notice this. God wants you to listen. He has a purpose behind every person He places in your life. Sometimes love comes in ways that challenge our understanding. Sometimes it comes in ways that force us to step out of fear, insecurity, and doubt. But God says, I am in control, and I bring people together according to my plan. Do not ignore it. Do not push it aside. Do not dismiss the voice of your heart when it resonates with God's plan. Because this love, yes, this love is not just about romance. It is about destiny. It is about learning, growing, and experiencing a connection that is divinely orchestrated. And here's the beauty. Age is only a number. What matters is the heart, the intent, and the alignment with God's will. When someone truly loves you, even with the age difference, it is a reflection of God's love. It is a reminder that He works in mysterious ways, that He defies human logic, and that He wants you to experience joy, companionship, and blessing in unexpected ways. So today, open your eyes, open your heart, pray for clarity, and ask God to guide you. Listen to the whisper of your spirit. Recognize the love He has placed in your life, and know this. When God is in it, no obstacle is too big, no difference too wide, and no judgment too strong to stand in the way of what is meant for you. Trust the process, trust the timing, trust the love, and above all, trust God. Because He brought this person into your life for a reason, and He wants you to see, hear, and embrace it. Remember, someone has fallen in love with you, even with the age difference, and this is your divine invitation to listen, to believe, and to receive the blessing God has for you. There is someone in your life who has fallen in love with you. Maybe you have noticed them, maybe you haven't. And yes, there is an age difference. But here is what you need to understand. Age does not define God's plan. Timing does not define God's plan. He is not bound by society's expectations, rules, or opinions. He is bound only by His perfect wisdom, love, and timing. Sometimes we look at age differences or differences in life experience and we feel doubts. We say, how could this work? Or maybe this is impossible. But let me tell you, God's ways are higher than our ways. What seems impossible to the human eye is always possible with God. Pause and reflect for a moment. This person's love is not random. It did not happen by accident. God has placed them in your life as a blessing, a mirror to show you who you truly are, and an instrument to teach you patience, understanding, and unconditional love. You see, love that challenges our comfort zones is often the love that God uses to grow us spiritually. It is the love that teaches us to trust Him, even when the circumstances seem uncertain. It is the love that forces us to see beyond appearances and societal norms and to recognize the divine hand guiding our hearts. Do not let fear hold you back. Do not let doubt blind you to what God is trying to show you. This person's love is a reflection of God's love, a love that does not conform, a love that transcends limitations, and a love that is meant to uplift and bless you. Remember, life is not about avoiding challenges. It is about recognizing blessings in unexpected places. And sometimes God places someone in your life who defies logic, challenges your understanding, and asks you to trust in His plan. That is exactly what this love is. So today, open your heart, pray for clarity, Seek God's guidance. Listen to the whispers of your spirit. Because when God brings love into your life, even with differences that seem significant, it is always for your highest good. And one more thing. When you recognize this love and respond with faith, you align yourself with God's plan. You allow yourself to experience a connection that is deeper, purer, and more extraordinary than anything you could imagine. So don't ignore it. Don't dismiss it. This is your divine invitation to trust, to receive, and to embrace a love that God Himself has orchestrated. Age may be different, circumstances may seem unusual, but God's love makes all things possible. This is your moment to see clearly, listen carefully, and trust fully, because the person who has fallen in love with you is part of God's perfect plan, and He wants you to notice it, honor it, and receive it. Beloved, today I want to speak to those who feel confused, uncertain, or even fearful about love, especially a love that seems unconventional. There is someone in your life who has fallen deeply in love with you. Yes, there is an age difference, and yes, that difference may make you pause, but I am here to tell you, God is in control of this love, and He wants you to listen. Often we let our own fears, doubts, and insecurities dictate our choices. We look at a relationship, see differences, and think, this is too complicated, or this could never work. But that is exactly where God wants us to shift our perspective. He wants us to trust Him, not our limited understanding. Pause for a moment. Think about it. This person loves you, not because of convenience, not because of circumstances, but because of who you are. Their love reflects something divine. It mirrors the goodness God sees in you. And just like God's guidance, their love is intentional, purposeful, and part of a bigger plan. You see, trusting God in love means recognizing that His plan is always higher than ours. It means understanding that sometimes the love He brings into your life may challenge your assumptions, stretch your faith, and invite you to step beyond fear. It may feel uncomfortable at first, and that is okay. Growth often begins at the edge of discomfort. Do not ignore the signs. Do not dismiss this love because it seems unusual or different. God often works through what the world calls unexpected. He wants you to trust that if someone has truly fallen in love with you, even with differences that might seem significant, it is a reflection of His divine orchestration. Trusting God also means praying for wisdom and clarity. Seek His guidance every step of the way. Ask Him to reveal the truth of this love. And when He confirms it, respond with faith, not fear. Because love that comes from God's guidance will always build, uplift, and bless your life. It will never harm or destroy. Remember this, God's love in your life often comes through people. Sometimes those people challenge your perspective. Sometimes they push you to trust Him more fully. And sometimes they fall in love with you in ways you could never have imagined, guiding you toward the blessings He has prepared for your heart. So today, open your heart to God's plan. Listen carefully. Recognize the love He has placed in your life. Even if it feels unconventional, trust that God's guidance is perfect, that His timing is perfect, and that His plan for your love life is greater than any doubt or fear. Age is only a number. Circumstances are only temporary. God's love is eternal. And when you trust Him, you allow yourself to receive a love that is divine, purposeful, and life-changing. This is your moment to step forward with faith. God wants you to see it, hear it, and embrace it. Because when someone has truly fallen in love with you, despite the age difference, it is God speaking through their heart saying, I have brought this person into your life for a reason. Listen, trust, and receive the blessing I have prepared for you. Beloved, I want you to pause and listen carefully, because God is speaking to your heart right now. There is someone who has fallen in love with you, even with the age difference. And I know sometimes the mind fills with questions, doubts, and fears. Is this right? Will it work? What will people say? I am here to tell you, those doubts are normal, but they are not the voice of God. The voice of God is calm, steady, and clear. It says, do not fear. I have placed this love in your life for a reason. Listen to your heart and trust my plan. Doubt often comes when love challenges our comfort zones, when someone falls in love with us in a way that defies logic, society's rules, or even our expectations. Our minds naturally question it. But God says that when love comes from Him, it will never be random. It will never be harmful. It will never lead you astray. Pause for a moment and reflect. Someone has chosen you. Someone has seen your heart and has decided that you are worthy of love, even if the world thinks the difference is too great. This is a reflection of God's love. This is a reminder that you are cherished, valued, and destined for blessings. Do not let fear or doubt cloud your vision. Instead, embrace this divine love. Pray for clarity and wisdom. Ask God to reveal His guidance in this relationship. And when you feel peace in your heart, recognize that it is a confirmation of His presence and His plan. Understand this. God often works in ways that challenge human reasoning. He wants to show you that His love surpasses all rules, all norms, and all expectations. The person who has fallen in love with you may be unconventional in the eyes of the world, but in God's eyes, they are part of a divine plan crafted for your joy, growth, and blessing. When you overcome doubt, you open your heart to miracles. You open your heart to a love that builds, heals, and elevates. You allow yourself to experience connection in a way that is guided by purpose, not coincidence. So today, take a step of faith. Look beyond the numbers, the age difference, the opinions of others. Listen to the whisper of your spirit. Trust God's timing and trust the love He has placed in your life. Remember, this love is not just about romance. It is about divine alignment. It is about two hearts brought together for a reason. It is about God showing you that even when things seem different, unusual, or unexpected, His plan is perfect. This is your moment to release doubt, embrace faith, and step into the love God has prepared for you. Age is a number. Fear is temporary. God's love is eternal. And when someone has truly fallen in love with you, even with the age difference, it is God calling you to recognize, accept, and celebrate the blessing in your life. Beloved, I want you to listen carefully today, because God has a message that could change the way you see love forever. There is someone who has fallen deeply in love with you, even with the age difference. And yes, when people see it, they might have opinions. They might judge. They might say, this cannot work, or this is too unusual. But let me tell you this, God does not live in human judgment. He does not measure love by the standards of the world. He measures it by the heart, by intention, and by the alignment of His divine plan. Pause and reflect. Someone has chosen you. Someone has loved you without conditions, without excuses, and without hesitation. And God is using this love to teach you an important lesson. Faith in His plan is greater than fear of human opinion. So many times we let society dictate who we should love or what love should look like. We let age, status, and appearance become obstacles that prevent us from experiencing God's blessings. But I am here to remind you, when God ordains love, nothing in the world can stand in its way. Age is just a number. Society's judgment is temporary. God's plan is eternal. You see, this love is a reflection of God's perfect timing. It is His way of showing you that blessings sometimes come wrapped in unexpected forms. It is His way of inviting you to step into faith, to trust His guidance, and to embrace a connection that could elevate your life in ways you never imagined. Do not let fear of what others think stop you from recognizing this gift. Do not let doubts about differences cloud your heart. Instead, pray for clarity. Seek His wisdom and let your heart be guided by faith. Because God's love is the truest compass you will ever have. When someone loves you sincerely, even with an age difference, it is more than just a feeling. It is a divine message. It is God speaking directly to you saying, this is a blessing. This is a purpose. This is a love that I have placed in your life for a reason. Beloved, open your heart today. Step away from fear. Step away from judgment. Embrace faith. Because when you do, you allow yourself to experience love in its purest form. A love that is patient, kind, and guided by God Himself. Remember this truth. Human opinions are temporary. Age is just a number. Fear is fleeting. But God's love and the love He places in your life is eternal. And when someone has truly fallen in love with you, even with the age difference, it is a divine call for you to open your heart, trust, and receive this blessing fully. Beloved, I want you to pause for a moment and really hear this. There is someone who has fallen in love with you, even with the age difference. And this is not by chance. This is not coincidence. This is a divine blessing placed in your life by God Himself. Many times we look at love and see only circumstances. We see the age difference. We see the challenges. We see the questions. And we think, this is too complicated, or this cannot be God's plan. But I am here to tell you, when love is genuine, God is always at work behind the scenes. Think about it. Someone has looked at you and decided with their heart wide open to love you for who you are. They see your soul, your dreams, your spirit, and they are willing to cross any obstacle, even differences in age, to be connected to you. This is a reflection of God's love. He wants you to see that love does not follow the world's rules, it follows His purpose. Pause and reflect. Every detail of your life is orchestrated by God. The timing of this love, the presence of this person, the challenges you may see, all of it is part of His perfect plan. And when you recognize this, you start seeing love not as a coincidence, but as a divine gift. Do not let fear or doubt stop you from seeing the blessing in front of you. Do not let others' opinions overshadow the truth of your heart. God is calling you to embrace this love, to acknowledge it, and to step into the joy and growth that comes with it. Sometimes God places people in our lives to teach us patience, understanding, and faith. Sometimes He places love in our path to remind us that He is in control and that everything He does is for our highest good. And when someone has fallen in love with you, even with the age difference, it is a clear sign that God is at work in your life, guiding, blessing, and orchestrating something beautiful. So today, open your heart, look beyond the numbers, beyond the doubts, and see the divine purpose behind this love. Pray for wisdom. Ask God to help you navigate this relationship in a way that honors Him. And most importantly, trust that this love is a blessing, a gift designed to uplift, inspire, and transform your life. Remember this: age is temporary, fear is fleeting, opinions are irrelevant, but God's love and the love He places in your life is eternal. When someone truly loves you, despite differences, it is a reflection of His hand at work. And He wants you to see it, to cherish it, and to embrace it fully. Beloved, this is your moment to recognize love as a divine blessing, not a random occurrence. God wants you to listen now, to trust, and to receive the gift He has prepared for your heart. Beloved, today I want to speak to the part of you that has been hesitant, unsure, or afraid to fully embrace love. There is someone who has fallen deeply in love with you, even with the age difference. And God is speaking to you through this very moment, saying, listen, pay attention. This is part of my plan for you. Sometimes we hesitate because the world has taught us to measure love in numbers, appearances, or timing. Is this the right age? Is this the right stage in life? We overthink and overanalyze, and in the process, we miss the divine opportunity God has placed right in front of us. Pause for a moment and reflect. This love is intentional. It is not random. It is not by accident. God has orchestrated every detail, every glance, every word, every connection, so that you may experience a love that is genuine, purposeful, and transformative. Taking a step of faith means trusting God even when you cannot see the full path. It means opening your heart and allowing yourself to experience love without fear, without hesitation, and without being swayed by societal judgment. It means saying, God, I trust your plan. I believe that the love you have brought into my life is for my highest good. Do not let age differences scare you. Do not let uncertainty hold you back. Age is just a number, and God's timing is perfect. If this person truly loves you, it is because God has guided their heart toward yours. And when you respond with faith, you align yourself with His divine plan, and blessings begin to flow in ways you could never imagine. Remember, faith is not passive. Faith requires action. Faith requires trust. Faith requires courage. And right now, God is calling you to step forward in faith, to acknowledge this love and to allow it to grow in the light of His guidance. Beloved, the person who has fallen in love with you is not a mistake. The connection you share is not a coincidence. It is a reflection of God's love, His wisdom, and His perfect timing. And He wants you to see it, to embrace it, and to take that step toward a love that could transform your life forever. So today, listen carefully, pray for clarity, for courage, and for guidance. Recognize this love as a divine gift. Step out in faith and allow God's plan to unfold. Because when you do, you will discover that love is not just a feeling, it is a blessing, a purpose, and a part of God's extraordinary plan for your life. Age may seem like a difference. Fear may try to hold you back, but God's love is eternal, unshakable, and far greater than anything else. Trust Him, Take the step. Embrace this love. This is your moment. God wants you to listen. God wants you to believe. And God wants you to act.